Hello, Jen here with a layout for the Shotz design team. This is the September challenge. Yes, that's right. I said it. September. It's already September. I don't know how that happened, but it is true. I'm sad to inform you the summer is over, or I'm happy to inform you if you live on the other end of the hemisphere or the other side of the world to me that winter is over. Yay. So whichever works for you, that's what you'll run with. But for me, it's the end of summer. It's back to school. I never really understood that commercial from Staples, that it's the most wonderful time of the year commercial, because I don't agree with that. Back to school is stressful. It's hectic. It's expensive. It's crazy. I have to say goodbye to my kiddos and put them in the hands of somebody else. I find all of that incredibly stressful and not the happiest time of the year or the most wonderful time of the year. But that's just me. I digress. Happy September. Here's the challenge. So September's challenge is a sketch challenge. I'm using a sketch that I actually created. I will leave that picture for you a couple times throughout the video, so you can go ahead and reference it if you'd like. It'll also be on my Instagram and my Facebook page, so you can check it out there. And feel free to go ahead and use it. Tag me if you do, not because I want credit, but just because I just really, really love to see your creations, and it makes me so happy. So tag me if you post it and use my sketch and post it anywhere. I would love to know, or even just send me a little message and let me know that you used it. I think that's so cool. So that is the sketch that I'm using. You're welcome to use any sketch that you would like. So go ahead and create all month long. The link is down below for the Facebook group. So that's where you can go to actually post your layouts and your creations. It doesn't have to be a layout. You can use a sketch to inspire any type of paper project that you want. So cards or mini albums, whatever it might be, junk journal pages, art journal pages, whatever is calling to you, and however you feel you're being inspired by that sketch, please go ahead, post them in the group, in the album that's created there. Join the group, come and have fun with us. It's a fantastic Canadian scrapbooking company. If you're looking for a Canadian scrapbooking company to support, check out the shop and say hello to Sandy. Sandy is such a fantastic and lovely lady, and the design team is super crazy, uber talented. So definitely keep your eyes on the Facebook page, where you'll see a bunch of design team lives. That's also where Sandy shows new stuff that's coming into the store. And also check out the blog. You'll see all of their creations there as well, and just be blown away by the talent. And their socials. Go show them some love on their socials too. Yeah. Is that everything? Oh, and happy shopping. Go shop in the store. You're absolutely going to love it. So now let me tell you about my layout and what I am doing here. So I pulled out the Sunshine on My Mind collection from Pink Fresh Studio. I got that from Sandy in the shop, and I just have been dying to use it. The colors are so pretty. They're very kind of like creamy, dreamy, sunsetty colors, very beach vibe, but also some pool vibe going on in there. Some of the little tickets and stuff say, pool admission and things like that. So definitely that summer watery feel to it. And I just couldn't wait to use it. So I pulled out that collection, and then I went into my album that I'm creating with all of the pictures from our summer trip back home last summer. Which where I live, we are in lake country. So, spending the summer by the lake, I thought this was the perfect collection to go ahead and use in that album. Now, it is a different sized album. It's one of those recollections albums that was sort of like a knockoff of the Smash albums. So not the Smash albums that they first came out with that I'm using to document this year. you know, the ones that have all of the pages in them and you just kind of smash things into it. But at a later point, they brought out actual binders with rings in it that you could add extra pages to. I don't know how popular they were, and it's possible, if I'm thinking back, because it has been a few years, but if I'm thinking back correctly, Simple Stories may have actually come out with a bunch of them too in different sizes. They obviously have their Snap albums, but I'm thinking that they had some larger sizes too. Anyways, Recollections put some out, and I was able to get a bunch of them from Dollar Tree, if you can believe it. And I just have kind of had them sitting there and I haven't used them. And so I thought it would be a fun opportunity to just play around with a different size and have a different type of album for this travel album. So that's what I am working with. So I pulled the album out and I pulled out some pictures I thought would work really good with this collection. So I've got my youngest and we are on the paddleboard. Obviously, you can't see me because I'm paddling and taking the pictures, but he just loves to sit on the very end, the tip of the paddleboard, and look for fish. And sometimes I'll plop down and put both of my legs in the water to kind of anchor it, and then he can jump off and, splash and play and then get back on, and he just loves it. It's his happy place. It's his favorite thing to do. We just got back from a camping trip where we spent some time on the lake doing exactly that. So I just thought that these pictures were really sweet and the sun is shining, and it's my favorite combination where our paddleboard is yellow and the sky is this beautiful blue. I love that blue and yellow combo, and I knew that this collection had a lot of the blue and yellow, so that is kind of where I went to. And then because the challenge is a sketch challenge, I decided I'd pull out one of my own sketches, and everything just kind of fell into place from there. So I'm basically following the sketch at this point. I'm just putting the layers together. So I didn't actually look at the sketch layers and try to get them exactly the way they are in the sketch. I just knew that I had some horizontal layers and I had some vertical, or I guess they're more of a diagonal layers. And so I just wanted to kind of work with all of the patterns that are in the collection. So you got little pops of color and little pops of pattern. And just a teeny touch of each of the patterns, or most of the patterns, and also kind of working within the size too. So that is where I started. And then I did pull out 2 4x6 photos. And I know in my sketch, it's actually a portrait style photo. I didn't go with that. I really liked these pictures, and so I decided I wanted to use them. And I felt like having the 2 4x6s, one on top of the other, or trying to find a way to arrange them so that they could both be showing on the layout, it was just taking up too much real estate on this size of page. And the one thing that I was kind of going for when I created this sketch was a lot of open space. I always talk about how I struggle with white space, and I have this need to want to fill up white space and do something with it. And so creating this sketch was sort of my way of helping to encourage me to leave white space on layouts. I'm getting much, much better. If you are following the white space journey that I've been on, you have to agree, I am definitely getting better at leaving white space and not trying to fiddle around with it too much. But I didn't want to lose that on this layout. And so I decided to do a flip up, which actually works really good because this album doesn't have page protectors. So these pages can actually be fully interactive, and you are able to flip these up really easily. And so that's what I did. I just went ahead and did my washi hinge trick that I always do. And then I added some layers in behind there instead of using the pattern paper for layers, just because I felt like the layers are going to be so thin that it was maybe a bit of a waste of the patterns. I only have one piece of each paper, so I'm being just a little bit stingy with it. So I went into my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. This was August's kit, which was sweet and spicy. So it was half summer, which was kind of my sweet colors, and half spicy, which was moving into more of those fall warm colors. So I just pulled out some cardstock that I found and one piece of pattern paper in the yellow that I thought would work really good. And that's what I matted the photo with. And then I created my little hinge. I was trying to at first cover up the orange washi tape that I used, and then I was like, no, you know what? The orange washi tape is cute. There's some orange in the Sunshine on My Mind collection, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it. So that's what I did. I left that orange washi tape. I actually used another piece of it just to kind of bring it down onto that white background. And then I found in the acetate, so I have the paper collection, and then I have the acetate pieces, and then I have the ephemera. So in that acetate pack, I found the little thing that says happy place, which was so perfect because, like I said, being on the water, being on the paddleboard, just, coasting on the water or swimming, that is definitely my youngest son's happy place, and it is 100% my happy place. So we are both water babies, water children. And so that worked out really good. And yeah, it gave me a little bit of journaling space, but I actually didn't really need to do that much journaling. So I went ahead and found some leaves. Two of those leaves are also from the acetate pack. I just used my Xyron machine to pop down those pieces of acetate. And then two of them are from the ephemera pack, just to kind of give a bit of contrast in textures and bring a little bit of interest that way, because I'm not going to go too crazy with the embellishments. So I've got a couple pieces of acetate. I put those leaves so that you can see them whether the picture is open or the picture is closed. Then I found a couple of pieces from the ephemera pack that I could use as my title. So I think that those look super cute as well, and bring in just a couple different pops of color that aren't as much in the paper. I also found a really cute little sailboat, which I thought worked good because we're kind of sailing in our own way on the paddleboard. And I cut a little piece from one of the pages that says best summer ever. So I thought that kind of worked for my cluster that is up in that left-hand corner of my photo. So I didn't do a, big clusters because, again, I was trying not to take up too much real estate. I definitely wanted the colors to shine in this and all the different patterns. But you have to have a few little things. So I have some of those fun puffy stickers from Freckled Fawn. They're stars, and they're in those same kind of, pretty pastel-y colors. So I picked a pinkish one and a sort of greenish tealish one, maybe more on like an aqua. And I just put two up by that one card that I cut out, and then two down at the bottom where I have the little sailboat. And then I added some gorgeous sequins from Spiegel Mom's Scraps. So there's a little bit of sparkle and shine in there. And then I felt like it needed just a little touch of something darker. So I found some blue, a darker blue spray mist from Recollection. So I did just a few little splatters of that. I didn't want to start mucking up the whole background, and I know that this particular blue can run sometimes in a funny way, so just a few little splatters, and then of course my sketchy line border, and that's it. That is my layout. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please go and check out the links down below, and I will see you again soon. So until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.
Bye. Thanks to me. She button. Tell my channel.